What's up, YouTubers, and welcome back to MassageWise. In today's episode, we're going to be doing something a little different than what I've already established, because I have been looking on YouTube at other videos of massage interactions, and I've been finding quite a few things that are really hilarious. So this is part one of what's probably going to end up being a series that I'm going to appropriately entitle Client Massage Therapy Bootcamp. So in this series, I'm going to hopefully educate you guys in the very basics. I mean, it's not that hard to get an appointment, but there's a couple of things that I'm going to show you guys and point out that'll help you have a safer, more satisfying experience before you even get into the door of the spa. So as I mentioned before, a lot of this is coming from YouTube people who put videos out about massage horror stories or massage stories in general. So first and foremost, if you're not sure about a place, I would highly recommend you not go there, because a lot of these places, if you can't say for certain that you're sure, then I'd suggest you not. If there hasn't been a service provided, they have no right to charge you. If they don't show basics for state standards, then you just walk out and go somewhere else. Like, I know a couple of the more heavily popular places, at least in Texas. There's Massage Envy next to everywhere. Then there's Massage Heights. There's a lot of these massage chains that have to meet the bare minimum requirements. If you're going to a place and it's suspect, like all the windows are blacked out and it looks like one of those smoke shops or a place that people go in and disappear, don't go in there. I don't think the massage therapy you're going to receive there is first and foremost legal, and secondly, if it is legal, it might not be legal in this country, because the state standards for the United States show a discrepancy with the rest of the world. Now, how do I know this? As a massage therapist, I've heard from several clients that over in, at least until I'm corrected, the European countries, you don't get a full blanket to cover you. You get here in the United States, you have a top sheet that we call the drape. Your whole body is covered unless we're working on that particular area. So like your arms, your legs, your back. I work on the booty through the drape. There are some of them that will expose parts of your gluteus for work, and then they have to cover it back up. But this is for safety. If it looks suspect, don't go in there. Now, this isn't across the board for every single state, but at least for the current state that I'm in, Louisiana being the state, you can go to the Louisiana Massage Board webpage and you can check on any one of these establishments to make sure that they are legal, that they have right to not only perform services for a fee, but rights to charge you a fee. Because if they don't have a proper license, then they are practicing without a license, which is illegal. And it means that the therapists are probably not certified. So to show you what I'm talking about, mine's for the state that I was originally licensed in. I'm working on getting my licensure for this state, hence why I'm doing videos instead of actually putting my hands on bodies for fees, which is illegal. And I pretty much promised myself my entire career I'm going to practice legally. So this is for Texas, but this goes for every state which has its own licensure. And in the United States, I believe only 1 or 2 states do not have their own licensure, but they do require that you have a license. And I think Oklahoma is getting their own license, but they will accept licensure from the surrounding states. So this is my license. License. Which states that for the state of Texas, you get a big one like that, and you also get a little one. I'm trying to find it. There. You get a little one. That is the state recognizing you have finished the bare minimum of training for that particular vocation, and they're saying, okay, we accept that you have this skill, you've proven that you have this skill because you've gone to school. And my school, just to show that I've done this and I'm not trying to fake you, this is my certificate of completion from the school I went to. And for Texas, that is a 500-hour program, and I believe for Louisiana, it's also a 500-hour program. You need the certificate of completion before you can get your license for state. Otherwise, it's still practicing without a license. Now, for an establishment, this is the same premise. You have to have legal right to open your doors, perform these services. Even if you have legal massage therapists, you need a license as a spa. And on a side note, if any establishment has the word parlor in the name, I'm just calling it suspect, because no self-respecting person wants to work at a massage parlor. No, we work at spas, we work in gymnasiums, we work through hospitals. We don't work in parlors. Parlors was like the 40s and the 50s when we still went by masseuse, of which we don't do now. Now, each of these licenses that I mentioned to you are going to be easy to spot, or they should. The licensure for the spa should be on a wall in the waiting room, along with paperwork presented to show that they have been inspected and they meet the bare minimum of that state's requirement. They also may have a piece of paper that says, maximum occupancy of like 30 some odd people. And the massage therapist license likewise should be easily findable. You may even see it when they take you from the waiting room to the therapy room, where you're going to be getting on the table. And yes, that is what they are called. They are not called beds. They're called therapy tables. Okay, so you've gone to this place and you don't see a license for them to legally have this establishment, but you kind of let it slide. You go to the therapy room, and at no point between the therapy room and or between the waiting area and the therapy room, you don't see any therapist licensure either. If you're silly and you continue with it, then you're kind of putting yourself in a bad place. First and foremost, you're supporting illegal activity. Secondly, that illegal activity can go quite down a slippery slope quickly. Now, it could be a little innocent in that some establishments that are ran by people who are from overseas, they think that if they get the paperwork back from the licensure place, that everything's fine. It's like, oh yes, we have paperwork, but they don't read English well enough to see the fine print that says, do not open your doors until you get the actual license. This just states that the paperwork has been received and it is processing. All right. If you go to a place for massage therapy, and this is not an independent massage therapist, which can show you her license like I showed you mine, they have those little ones that will fit in their wallet, so you can look them up on their on the state license. There's a little code where you can punch that into a search, and it'll tell you about that therapist. If you go to a place, they don't have an establishment license, they don't have any of the therapist's license in there, and you haven't undressed, you have every right to still get up and leave. They haven't provided a service, you don't have to pay for it. But if you are still in the waiting room, they don't have the license for the establishment on the wall, there's no paperwork showing that they are illegal, that they're legal, you can do a bathroom trip and see if they have any of the therapist licensors up. If they don't have that, then you can go to your car, and I would suggest calling the police. This is the best scenario in this way, because what you're doing is you're putting a business that's practicing illegally out of business. And a lot of these businesses, and this is proven, businesses like this, if they are illegal, can be a front for something quite nasty, like human trafficking, like prostitution. A self-respecting therapist will not work for these people because you can get blacklisted. And blacklisted means that, yes, like in this scenario, we'll pretend like I was in Texas. If Texas states that I am blacklisted, there is no way I'm getting a license anywhere in the United States. Plausibly even in several of the territories the United States has trade agreements with either. No therapist wants that. There are therapists that have been blacklisted sometimes because a client has pushed something, and that was one of those scenarios that you just can't win. But in a scenario where they do not have a license, establishment license, and they don't have any of the therapist licensures up, I suggest you not get services there. Go to your car, call the police, report them. That is the end all say all of what you can do, because if you go in and you get services and you pay money, you're helping people illegally practice, when it could be something as innocent as they opened their doors too soon, or it could be something sinister as you're supporting human trafficking and prostitution. Okay, that's enough for part one. That's a lot of information to digest. The next video I'm going to try and put out, like I said, every other Saturday, is going to be part two. And if you have any things that you'd like me to actually look into and make a video on as far as massage therapy, or questions for me personally as a massage therapist, feel free to leave them in the comment section and hit subscribe and click that bell so when I put my videos up, you will be one of the first people to know. Enjoy!